Outlander is ending after a decade-long journey that captivated millions worldwide. From Scotland to America, the show witnessed a period in time with lots of drama, conflict, and of course, love. To be honest, at this point, I feel like Jamie and Claire are my besties from another time. That's how long I've been watching the show. And that's exactly why any slight change within the series makes me feel like I've been betrayed, especially if these changes take place within the very last season of the show. I'm heartbroken to say the least. I know, I'm being dramatic, but if you have been around since the beginning, you know how influential the Outlander has been in the TV space and how its ending truly marks the end of an era. Thus, there are lots of pressure on the creators of the show as well as the actors when it comes to wrapping the story up in the best way possible. After all, having a botched ending essentially means that there is the risk of ruining your show's legacy forever, and we all want to remember Outlander fondly.
You'll come back to me. You always do.
Not brave enough to live without you anymore.
If you've only helped them, then I will.
He's counting on you, Mr. Fraser.
When announcing the new and final season, Katrina Balfe said, "We hope we do you proud." In a single short sentence, she expressed all these feelings of pressure, stress, excitement, and desire for success perfectly. As an experienced actress, she knows what it takes to end the series in a good way and can't hide her stress over it.
And I see no reason why you should have. Sorry.
Something I said.
Another actor, John Bell, however, is more confident in announcing the last season. "We're gonna go out with a bang and tell the story the way it should be." I hope you're right, John. I hope you're right, because honestly, when I found out that Tobias Menzies of all people would not return for season 8, my hopes for the Outlander ending collapsed completely. I know that Menzies' involvement in the series has been on and off over the years, but he was playing two parts, Frank and Black Jack Randall, and both of these characters were more than influential in Outlander's storyline. He was both hated and adored by the millions with his controversial characters, and personally, I can't think of a great ending without him in my presence. I'm not sure what led the creators to exclude him from the final season. All I know is that we deserved a proper goodbye from him, even if it was in the form of a flashback scene. On a good note though, we are getting the majority of our main cast members back. Sam Heughan, Katrina Balfe, Richard Rankin, Sophie Skelton, John Bell, Lauren Lyle, and Cesar Domboy are all returning to the screen for one last time. When it comes to the rest of the cast though, we are less certain about their fates. For instance, will Caitlin O'Ryan or Charles Vandervaart return to the series? Well, who knows? What about David Barry and Joey Phillips? Again, we don't know. All we have is to hope for their return, and that's about it. Now, you may question why Outlander is ending in the first place. After all, the books are still continuing as Diana Gabaldon is working on them. The ratings are also pretty good, so what is the rush to end the epic series? Well, apparently with season 7's ending, the show almost caught up with the books. Up until this point, they always had the time to prepare ahead since there were multiple books to go through. However, now, to release a new season, they have to wait for years for a new book to be released so that they can film it, and this is simply not sustainable. We know that Gabaldon is currently working on Book 10, and even that book is not likely to be released before the end of the show. Writing books takes time, and TV shows do not have the privilege of waiting for a book to be released for years. Plus, after a decade of starring in the same show, the cast members are reportedly looking for new projects to explore. I mean, it is more than understandable for most actors to look for other ventures rather than being stuck with the same part for years. Currently, the final season of Outlander is being filmed in Scotland with the expectation of being released in 2025. However, when it comes to the storyline, we are mostly clueless. Even though it is known that the season will be mostly adapted from the 9th book in Gabaldon's series titled Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone, we don't know which parts of the books will be included and or excluded. We also know that Gabaldon wrote the script herself, adding the ending of the book series to the show's finale. In other words, it is likely that Book 10 will also be somewhat covered in Season 8. So the season will essentially spoil the books for once, which will be fun to watch. Besides, there are rumors that the book series might continue even after Book 10, meaning that the show might leave the story unfinished after all. That is to say, there are lots of unknowns when it comes to Outlander's ending, and I cannot wait for it. The thing we know, however, is that we will be focusing on the aftermath of the Revolutionary War that will happen in Season 7 Part 2. We also know that the 9th book in the series is heavy on the consequences of time travel, as well as the love entanglements between multiple characters. To be honest, these are far from enough to get an idea on what to expect from Season 8. Regardless, I'm beyond excited. What about you? Are you excited for the Outlander ending? How do you think the story will wrap up? Will we see Jamie and Claire end up dying in the war? Or will there be a major plot twist that no one sees coming? Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you watched until this point, leave me a green heart emoji in reference to Jamie and Claire's love in the green landscapes of Scotland. If you want to learn more about what's been going on in the TV world, click on the videos on the screen. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.